All right. I think we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, let's do a sound check real quick just because I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I've been having technical difficulties most of today. Just want to kind of check. Can you guys hear me? All right. Let's see. Let's bring this down a little bit. Let's bring this down. Someone in the chat, just let's check. Let's do an audio check real quick. What's up? Can you hear me? D Green, what's up, man? I haven't seen you guys in a while. All right. I think the mic is working. Now let's look at the chat, see who's in here. Welcome to 2025, guys. We made it one more year, 2025. And we still have a majority of our gun rights. Knock on wood. We have a new president coming in that kind of should protect most of our rights, maybe the next 4 years. It's good. It's good. We're going to get to some stuff because Smash Time bought some cool shit. So we'll get to that in a minute. But let's see who is in the chat. We have Always Survive. What's up, buddy? Danny Duell. Is that a Strybog? No, that was a CMMG Banshee in my profile picture. What's up? What's up? Jeff W. What's going on, brother? Jeff W. says EAA Gerson Witness 2311, Officer 9, 70 rounds is call my name to get one. You should absolutely get one, for your money. Is it as smooth as a Masterpiece or an Atlas? No, it's not, but it's a damn fine pistol for the money. The trigger is garbage, but you can change that easily. So once you change that trigger, it should smooth out quite a bit, but that's a very good gun. Roger Ray, what's up, man? Have not seen you in a minute. I'm in the chat. That's crazy. Andrew Conrad, Skinny Bone Jones, Mr. Fitness Gun Enthusiast, man. God, I am taking some pages from your book, Andrew, and I have started as of a week ago, started doing my steps, and I'm gonna try and get my fitness level up there because that is really the most important prep, your fitness. Survival Couple, what's going on? Joe Cardenas. What's up, Joe? Joe's one of my favorite people. What's up is in the chat. D Green, my man from Florida. Nice. Scott, drop it like it's Scott. No relation? No relation? C6 Ladez, you are on time. I can't believe it. Brett J, what's up? Welcome. Thank you for supporting the channel too, Brett, and welcome to 2025, guys. Truth Hurts. Oh, man, we have a celebrity shooting gallery, formerly Shooting Gallery New England, now just Shooting Gallery. SHOT Show's coming up. I know. We'll talk about it. The Critical Critic. Will, joining from Chicago. Can't wait to get back to Texas. Hey, Will, while you're in Chicago, if you want me to run over and babysit your R34, I'll do it. Like, I have no problems. I'm sure the keys are just right there. Just give me the garage code and I'll keep it warm for you. The weather is so cold. This is turbo weather right now. Vanessa Kitty, it's always good to see you. Boom, boom. Merry Christmas, Andrew. Super Geo Killer, what's up, my AK brother? Carl, Felicia, Vanessa. Man, everybody's in the chat today. Man, I feel so much love. That's fantastic. Lot to go over. I was just sitting there yesterday and all this craziness in the world is happening. And with the new year, I decided, hey, man, let's do a live stream. Let's get the live streams back going because I got to admit, when it comes to hanging out with my kids and my family and doing YouTube, I mean, YouTube, of course, takes a back burner. And I've decided we're only doing 3 out of 6 movie nights now. So, for a while, we're just doing movie night after movie night after movie night with the kids and doing the popcorn thing. But, man, after the holidays, I am s'mored out. I'm popcorned out. I'm movied out. So now let's talk about guns. Now, a show of hands in the chat. Who owns a suppressor? Who owns suppressors in the chat? Let's see. Shooting Gallery, do you own any suppressors? Scott, I think you own some suppressors. Danny, oh man, it's been for ages, buddy. I hope everything's good, Danny. I need a set of four wheels and slicks for my F-150. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, he owns 2. Joe has 2 on order. Andrew Conrad owns some. Scott's working on his 5th. I purchased 3 this last week. So I did 3. And I got 2 22 suppressors and 1 30 cal to kind of get started on it. And then I actually worked out a deal with the suppressor company in March. I should be getting 4. So things are looking good. And I've decided, it's just a lot of stress, trying to pick suppressors. And if you don't know a lot about it, I'm still learning every day about suppressors. If you don't know about suppressors and you go in there, it's really intimidating. So I just kind of closed my eyes and I just picked a couple and hopefully they work out. Wait time 9 days. Man, the shop over here, once you do your paperwork, their fastest was 2 days. So that's pretty nuts. All right. Oh, we have a celebrity. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we have a celebrity in the chat. Chris from the 740. Say congratulations. He recently hit 10,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. This guy works so freaking hard. He's always putting up content. So if you're not a subscriber, here, Chris, let me put you in the chat. Let me see if I can find it. Let me grab your channel and I'll post it in the chat for you. Chris from the 740. You'll never guess where he's from. I'm super proud of this guy. Real nice guy. And like I said, the dude works. Copy. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the chat. Please open a new window, subscribe to Chris's channel. He's a good dude, puts up solid content, and just deserves a little bit more. Yeah, God, look at his promos, his thumbnails. God, Chris, you should have 50,000 subs by now, buddy. Looking slick. Critical critic, not paying more taxes that I already pay. Man, I fought it for a long time, but I'm getting a little old and my hearing is just going to heck. And I'm gonna be 47, 47 or 46 or 48. How old am I turning? 25. I'll be 47 in a month and a half. My hearing is already getting a little wonky, so I'm just gonna get suppressors and just anything I shoot a lot. I'm just gonna keep it on the gun because I'm going half deaf now. Gort, what's up, buddy? Scott says and Conrad says I recently got 223 35. Oh man, I missed part of this. I missed part of this conversation. Anichox has some good ones. Must be a suppressor company. I'll check him out. Big Lou. Renaissance is having a 2-gun match the 15th of January. I'm not here the 15th of January, but I would definitely want to check that out. That is pretty cool stuff. I'm gone 13, 14, and 15. I'm in Orlando for work, not pleasure. So man, I really just wanted to come on the live today and just kind of, visit with everybody and kind of get back, and just celebrate 2025 and the fact that we made it with most of our gun rights intact, which is pretty awesome. If you think about everything we went through, because I tell you, man, 2024 was stressful. This whole election bullshit stuff was really stressful. And I don't know if I could have taken it, 4 more years of just these wackadoos in charge. Now we got a different wackadoo in charge, but I kind of like this guy's style. So we'll see how that works out. And no, that's not vodka. I don't drink and talk. Let's see. All right, let's go back to the chat. All right, so what was your first suppressor? So anybody that has a suppressor in the chat, what was your very first suppressor? Because for me, I have two kids. They both have TX22 competition pistols. And if I got one, they would fight over it. So I just got them each one. I mean, of course, they're for me, but that's my excuse for getting two. So I got two 22 suppressors and a 30 cal because that'll cover some bases. And then hopefully I can get a couple other dedicated 5.56 ones later down the line and see how that works. Truth Hurt says he just subscribed to Chris. Awesome, man. So Chris, I was on here and let's see, how many subscribers do you have? Does it give you an exact count? You should pick up at least a few tonight, man. That'd be great. Again, if you're not a subscriber to Chris from the 740, a link is in the channel. Please open a new window and subscribe. He'd really appreciate it, and I would appreciate it because he's a pretty stand-up dude. Maybe we'll get him on the live stream in a week or two if he can fit me in his schedule. Because I know, like with Shooting Gallery, I was on the A squad, but now the more famous he gets, I hit B squad. He bumped me for CMMG or something back in the days. Now I might even be C squad with Joe. I'm not sure how that works, but Chris, if you want to come on the B squad channel and hang out and do a live with me, I'd be more than happy to have you on, dude. It'd be really fun. Andrew Conrad, the door's always open for you to come back on. Jordan, do you think the ATF will get demolished? No, I don't. That's wishful thinking. I mean, would I like it? Absolutely. Who wouldn't want the ATF to go bye-bye? I'm thinking maybe the whole tax stamp thing might be going bye-bye. I've heard some rumblings from couple different shops. I don't know all the legalities of it, but rumor around the campfire says the whole tax stamp thing might be going bye-bye. That's why they revamped it and sped it up. I don't know how true that is, but I love spreading rumors. The arms man says it's not over yet. You're right, man. It's not over yet. It's not January 20th yet. The wackadoos are still in charge. And, with the stuff going on in Louisiana, and I mean, who drives a truck through a bunch of people, man? That's just messed up. With that craziness going on and the correlations and, oh, man, it hits close to home because I had some friends that were there a few hours before all that went down, and they took off early to go get something to eat, and it was getting a little wonky. And they said there were police all up and down the street. So, I mean, that guy was going to run into police immediately when he got out of his truck. So, in case you guys aren't following along, there was a wackadoo terrorist that drove a truck through a whole bunch of people down in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, got out and started shooting at cops, and they took him out pretty quick. But I've been to Bourbon Street 100 times. There's always a ton of cops hanging out there. So that guy definitely knew he wasn't coming back. In the woods, hopefully you had a great Christmas and New Year's. I did, man. All I did the last couple months, just relax with family. That's it. It was really the best quality time I've had in years. My daughter came over from Japan. She's in the Army, and Christmas Eve, we just did it up right, man. We had a storybook Christmas Eve, and that's all I wanted for Christmas, and I got it. It was phenomenal. I hope everyone in the chat right now had a great Christmas also. Andrew Conrad, Dead Air Sandman S. That must have been your first suppressor. Silencer Co. Osprey. Oh, man. Shooting Galleries got money. Omega 300. That's a nice one. Fluffy probably has 100 suppressors. Barry, first suppressor is a 22. Barry, do you have any other suppressors? I shot your 22 suppressor, sir. You brought that to the range one day. Jordan says, what's your opinion on Surefire Suppressor? Man, I got to tell you, it's a lot to take in, because if you've been around a machine shop, and I'm sure there's people in the chat that'll agree or maybe not agree. If you've been around a machine shop, you know that to machine out a suppressor is probably like $100 worth of material max. It's not brain surgery to do it. And for them to sell them for $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $1,500 just blows your mind, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. There's something not right with that. And I don't know. It just seems like it costs a lot. So as far as the differences in suppressors, man, I don't know. I'm still learning. So Jordan, stay tuned to the channel. We're going to be going on a suppressor journey. I don't know if you guys watch Hoplopophile. Now his channel is just Hop. He does a lot of good suppressor stuff. I'm going to try and get him on the live stream in a week or two. And if anybody can educate us on suppressors, it's that guy, because I'm already kind of out of my league on it. Barry says 46 watching and 19 likes. Yikes. Hit the button. I could not agree more. Thank you, Barry, for bringing that up. Please hit the like and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Danny says 22s are great, but be prepared to do some cleaning. Every range visit before I'm done, you can tell it's slowing down the action. You know, Danny, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Chris said he's coming on the live. I'll hit you up on Instagram, man. Let's pin that in. Smash would love to get you at the drop it range. Oh, it's close. It's close. Clayco, would you buy a cyber truck in 2025? Absolutely not. Everybody, wow, we have another celebrity in the chat. Clayco 47. Actually, if you want some of the best AK content on the internet, it's this guy's channel. What a channel. If that crap goes away, I think about a silencer in the wood says. I think he's talking about the whole ATF tax stamp. All right, let's go down. Let's go down. Mike McClune. Oh, man, a blast from the past. What's going on, Mike? It's good to see you in the chat. Jeff W. just subscribed. Nice. BV Luminous says, I'd be happy if I died 90 years old and looking stupid. Okay. Chris says, hey, Clayco, I'm really enjoying your channel. You have got some awesome content. Clayco, if you're still in the chat, did you see that Silencer Central or Silencer, is it Silencer Central? They actually offer a Ruger, not cut down to the size you have in your video, but it's pretty close. And it's like $400. So I believe the one you had done is all the way down to the nub almost. This one is about an inch. They cut about an inch and a half off, and they offer it with one of their suppressors. It doesn't go through Ruger. So Ruger sends them the guns and they modify them themselves. Pretty cool looking gun though. What do you think of Strybog? You know, for the money, you can't beat a Strybog. It's a fantastic gun. I've shot a bunch of them. They've always worked flawlessly. Great guns. If you can get a good deal on a Strybog, you should absolutely get it. All right, let's see. How about that one in the Trump Towers? He was a military. He did one of those stainless steel truck car things. Yeah, it's weird that you would want to blow up inside a steel container. Doesn't make a lot of sense. You're inside a steel box and you're blowing up stuff. Maybe, I don't know, roll the windows down or something. Who knows? Yeah, right here, Gort says Cybertruck contained the blast. I know. How nuts is that? One Car Fast. Did you watch Die Hard on Christmas? No, I did not watch it on Christmas because I had the kids there. But we did watch it 3 or 4 times leading up to Christmas. Christmas, we do the Polar Express. And what else? And then Red One, the new one on Netflix, The Rock. Great movie. So we did Red One and Polar Express. And a ton of marshmallows and hot chocolate and all that good stuff. Let's see. Mike McClune said the Vegas incident looked like amateur hour to me, especially for the guy being former military. Yeah, the conspiracy in me, the old Alex Jones in me wants to say maybe he wasn't even alive when the truck drove up. I mean, don't those drive themselves? Can't you valet it so it goes to a certain spot all by itself? Maybe he was just a patsy. Just saying. You never know. Take away the tax stamp, and there would be a ton of companies selling them cheap right now. They can charge big money because of all the regulations. That is true. I guarantee you, if the ATF went away tomorrow, suppressors would be like $99.99 on special. They'd be so cheap. Either that or all the auto parts store would be out of Fram oil filters immediately. Yeah, In the Woods says both the clowns were linked together. Yeah, they were both at the same time in Afghanistan. They were both Army. They were both stationed at, I guess, Fort Hood. Not at the same time, but they were there. So it's weird, man. It's a lot of weird stuff going on. And then with the drones, all that drone stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm a big drone geek. I have a lot of drones, and here's another one. I love drones and all that kind of good stuff. And for all those drones just to be kind of just hanging out over the East Coast and we still don't know what was going on, it's pretty sketchy, man. It's such a weird world we live in today. Let's see. Surefire has DoD contracts. I love Surefire lights myself. Let's see. All right. If he shot himself with a Desert Eagle, it probably would have blew a hole out of that truck. I mean, that makes a huge hole. If you shoot your skull with a Desert Eagle, it's going through your head and out the window or whatever. I wonder if there's any pictures of the truck before it blew up where you could see like a hole. Because how would you do it? If you're right-handed, you do this, and then it would go out the window. Yeah. That 50 AE is going through your skull, out the window. I mean, it's going. Joe, my good buddy Joe says, I have both a CMMG and Strybog, and both are great. I added a few things to the Strybog to make it right. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I just shot Joe's at the range, and for the money, I think the Strybog wins out over the CMMG just because it's so much less expensive. But CMMG is a pretty bad mamma jamma, though. Have you seen you can have a suppressor shipped to your door in Texas? No, I did not know that. And I'd have to research the heck out of that before I would ship a suppressor to my door. Chris, my Filipino brother, what's up, man? You sexy beast. Merry Christmas, dude. I hope you had a great Christmas with the family and your New Year's going so great. Jordan says, is Zastava the best AK? Ooh, that's a Clayco question. I do like Zastava, and let me tell you why I have a special bias for Zastava. So my first SHOT Show, I'm walking around the whole show, and I'm just a small-time YouTube guy. I don't have a lot of subs or anything. The only person that recognized me in the entire show was working the Zastava booth. And he goes, hey, you're the ammo guy. I watch your videos. So immediately I'm biased now. And they're my favorite AK. I think, didn't they go out of business? I don't know. Clay, where are you? Shed some light on that, buddy. You can buy suppressors over the counter in some countries in Europe, says Gort. That is true. They're also super cheap. I think some of these places, they sell them for half of what they buy them here. BB says, hey, I buy 3 or 4 oil filters ahead each time, even when you check them. the seal ring could be messed up. That's true. It's always good to, hey, like they say, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. It's better to have more. Oh yeah, Jeff is on the conspiracy rabbit hole with me, renting both their vehicles from Toro. Man, yeah, that's kind of shady. Scott, have a good night, buddy. Joe says, I heard Meridian AK-47 are awesome. You know, I have the PSA GF3. I paid, I think, $900 for it, and it's rock solid. I put back, you know, when it was a little bit cheaper before 62x39 had that whole ban thing going in Russia. I put probably 500-600 rounds through it, and it's a great AK. I don't know enough about them, but I think, you know, I have one at 7.62x39. I want to get a 5.56 AK with the classic Russian red furniture just to have, because I think they look awesome. AKs are, you know, I went from being kind of terrified of them, but after watching Clayco stuff and, you know, getting one myself and goof around with it, man, I really like AKs a lot. It's a very, AKs are very misjudged. The fact that people say that they're not accurate. I've shot 100 yards, pretty good groups with mine. That even shocked me. So AKs are pretty cool guns, man. I'm digging them. Let's see. No, Zastava did not go out of business. There you go. Oh yeah. Kalashnikov USA went out of business. That's right. One car fast. Well, Clay in the chat, if you were going to buy one AK right now, you had none in your collection, and you had about $1,400, which is you could probably get a pretty good one. If you have $1,400 and you could only have one, you don't have any yet, which one would you buy? This is for Clay, because, you know, he's kind of like, it's kind of his jam. Tennessee Tactical, what's up, buddy? Man, it's good to see you too. Let's see. George says, what's your favorite AK? My favorite AK is that GF5 I have. I love it. Fluffy says, I have a PSA GF5 AK and it's good. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I dig it. I can't wait to suppress it. So, yeah, so I bought my suppressors on the 27th. Wait, was it the 27th? No, it was Thursday the 26th. So 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I already did all my online paperwork through Silencer Shop. Hopefully I can pick them up this week. That would be so cool. I can't wait, man. Battle rifles are not precision rifles. All a battle rifle needs to hit is the bottom of, yes, 100%. BV Luminous. So this is my new home defense battle rifle. This is the IWI Galil in 308. All I know is I'm going to put a scope on. I got a scope here, and I got a red dot on one of those angled mounts, and then I'm going to suppress it. And this is going to be my home defense shit hits the fan rifle. It's heavy, but I'm not lugging it, 20 blocks. This is just for around the house and having fun. But I'm going to suppress it, though, because it's so freaking loud. It blows your ears out. The base model AK from PSA is great. GF3. I was thinking about getting a better one. I think the only difference between the GF3 and the GF5 is the barrel. It has a God, who makes that? An FN barrel, I think, and a different brake. I think. Don't quote me. All right. So Clayco says, in today's market, it would have to be 5.56 or 7.62. I would say 5.56 is probably the best way to get into the AK right now. The WBP 556 Jack most likely would be my first time AK buyer choice. Interesting. Jordan says, "What's your favorite AR-15?" You know what? That's a loaded question, because up until a few years ago, until I started shooting a whole bunch of different ARs, I thought you had to have a DD-M4, Daniel Defense, or really high-end ARs in order to have a good time shooting them, and that is absolutely not true. I have shot some amazing AR-15s that are like Radical Defense has an AR right now. They sell it to like law enforcement. It's not the regular 2 Radical firearms. It's a Radical Defense line, and I think it sells for $1,100. And that thing is an absolute stud rifle. And I'll put that against any Daniel Defense any day. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, heck, even Ruger makes the Ruger 556 is a good rifle. I mean, it's with AR-15s, Jordan, it's really hard to get a bad one these days, because most people will buy an AR, sight it in, goof with it once a year, and that's it. Not me. When I get one, I shoot the dog shit out of it if I can afford it. The Galil in 308, I've already put about 600 rounds through it. And that is so painful to do because it's so expensive. But god dang, it is a fun ass gun to shoot. And mag after mag after mag. And it's just a blast. I bought a whole bunch of cheap 308 years ago. And I finally have an excuse to shoot it up. And I'm just shooting the shit out of it. I love it. I love shooting this gun. That is my new favorite gun. Barry says he did a gun trust, took about 60 days still. That's not bad. I didn't do the trust. I did single. I think you can click single. Because I'm going to be shooting with my kids anyway, and they're 10 and 12, so they're not going to be shooting. Yeah. Favorite AR, Daniel Defense. Daniel Defense makes a good rifle, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they're worth the money. There's so many other good ARs on the market. The simple fact that when AR-15s really got hot about 10 years ago, you would buy like a Bushmaster, just a regular Bushmaster, and then you would spend hundreds of dollars changing the rail, and then you would put a different stock, a different trigger, a different grip. And now you can go to a store in Houston, Texas, ESAT Arms. You can buy all the parts, have a professional put it together for you while you wait, and you can walk out with the gun exactly how you want, rock solid, for about $800, $900, depending on how fancy you want to get. And it just works. It's a great gun. I mean, gotta tell you, folks, ARs are it's pretty hard to get a screwed up AR. Oh, I see. Clayco says if 7.16 is your jam, the Warsar 10 or the M70 are easy choices. Those Wasser 10s, man, when I first moved here about 15 years ago from LA, I had a chance to get 3 or 4 of them for like $400 each. And I was like, an AK, it's all rattly. I would kick myself now because I should have bought all 3 of them because they weren't that bad. They were pretty nice AKs. Joe says, I'm anxious to try the PSA Crink. Jordan says, what's your favorite high quality AR-15? Like if money was no object, I probably would go Daniel Defense. But that's only if I'm like pooping out $1 million bills, because I don't think they're worth the money. But if I was going to buy like a real high-end one, I'd get Daniel Defense just because I think they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool guns. The Critical Critic, basic ARs at times beats Gucci ARs. I know. I've had, which one did I take to the range? It was a DPMS Sportical, right? No forward assist. I mean, the bare bones $399 AR-15. That was my first AR I ever bought. I took it to the range and I shot the dog shit out of it. I went because when I first moved here, I didn't know anybody in Texas, so I just would go to the range and shoot my AR, and I shot thousands of rounds to this Sportical, cheapest of the cheap DPMS, and it just ran great. So, do I prefer Glock or Sig? Oh, Sig all day. Nothing against Glock. It's just I'm not a Glockophile, and I don't know. I just like Sig. I have a couple real nice Sigs. I have a couple Glocks. They're whatever. If I was gonna get a Glock, I would get not a Glock. I would probably get. It's a good question. I'd get one of the clones, the higher end clones. Fluffy says, "Smash! It's going to be in the 20s." Come on, no man, no. Last time I was in Michigan, I froze my butt off. It was unbearable. Gort says, half the fun is putting the AR together yourself. It is. I put 2 AR-15s together, and that's enough for me. I messed one up. I lost some springs on the other one. So now I just go to and have a professional do it. But it's a good learning experience. It's a good way to learn your gun. Joe says he has 2 ESADs, and they are great. They are fantastic guns. I actually have a matching ESAD arms lower right here that I'm going to build into a 300 blackout as soon as I win the lottery and I can afford it. Panther. Oh, man. That brought it way back. I think the Blackout Defense ARs are the nicest right now, says Joe. I don't know. I've never shot one, but I'd like to try it. Nutty 357. What's up, buddy? TN Tactical. What's up, man? Hey, I am enjoying the content on your channel, man. I'm digging it. So if I watch a lot of Chris from the 740 stuff, TN Tactical, I've been watching your stuff lately too. You know what? And I'll say this. I enjoy the smaller content creators than the big 200, 400,000 channel. I just do. It feels more real. It's relatable for me because I'm not a gun expert. As much as I like seeing all these experts talk about all this stuff, it's like I just want to see a normal guy shoot guns. That's why I don't know. Like I would much rather sit and watch Chris than Demolition Ranch. Just because, I don't want to be entertained in that way. I'm not a little kid. I just want to see cool people shoot guns. You know what I mean? It's weird. I'm just weird, man. Boss Hog says, I have built 3 ARs. Nice, man. Long time no see, buddy. No. I appreciate you. Tien, you're a good dude. Joe says, Smash, what are you looking forward to seeing at SHOT Show? Ooh, that is really a good question. So SHOT Show is coming up the end of this month. I booked my flight. I'm staying in a kind of a rat-infested hotel because it's so expensive. But I'm ready to go. And what am I looking forward to? Honestly, I'm really looking forward to suppressor stuff now. Now that I'm getting into suppressors, I wonder. So I'm getting into suppressors, but now I'm trying to think about all the mounting systems. And what do? Do you just direct thread it to the barrel, or are you buying just all these mounting systems for every single gun you have so you can put them on and off quickly? I don't know. I've had a couple experts tell me just to direct thread it right to your gun, and unless you're taking it to and from the range, just keep it on the gun, because why buy a suppressor if you're only going to put it on once in a while? And that made a lot of sense because, yeah. Plus, the guy told me, he goes, plus it gives you an excuse to keep buying different suppressors. That sounds pretty good to me. Well, let's keep buying suppressors. Danny says, I agreed. Much rather watch Chris. There you go. TN. Look at this. YouTube love. Check out the Break Arms Break lock system. Huh. Andrew, see, my thing is like, man, I want to be able to put my suppressors on all. I just don't want to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being cheap, but man, I kind of don't want to just get a whole mounting system and put them on 25 different guns. That's gonna suck. That's gonna cost a fortune. So I'll probably direct thread it for a while until I can figure out or educate myself a little bit more on the mounting systems. But I will check this out, Andrew. Thank you. One Car Fast says, "Are you staying at Circus Circus?" No, I stayed at Circus Circus 20. Whew, shit, 25 years ago. I stayed there, and it still looks the same. That's how crazy Circus Circus is. It's terrible. It's one of the worst hotels in Vegas. I'm probably staying at either the Strat. Well, I booked 2 rooms. I booked rooms at the Strat and I booked rooms at Hard Rock. And I don't know. It depends. If I have my friends from LA come out, we'll probably stay at the Hard Rock. Or if I'm just going to be solo, I'd rather stay away from SHOT Show and take a $15 Uber instead of, pay $100 a night instead of paying. So get this. If you stay on site or around SHOT Show, if you stay on site, you're going to be paying $700-800 a night for a hotel room. If you're staying in just like Treasure Island or just like any of them around SHOT, it's an easy $350 a night, $400 a night. And when you go and you're staying there for 5 nights, man, it can devastate you financially. So I'd rather spend $100 at the Strat and just Uber down real quick, and be out of pocket $125 a day. Actually cheaper. I mean, the Strat, I think my room was like $72 a night. That's all right. That's all right. Clay says, SHOT Show, baby. I love SHOT Show, man. I know, Clay, I don't know if you run into some of these old veteran guys that are just like, oh, SHOT Show, and they bitch and moan. I have the time of my life at SHOT. It is so much freaking fun. I do. I really have I had the best time at SHOT Show. I go by myself and man, I just have a good time. I love it. Danny says the chemo system for me, I put them on my ARs 5.56 and 300 Blackout and one on my 308. None of the rifles have one, so just 3 chemos. The 22 is direct thread. Yeah, okay. Well, 22 I don't have to worry about then. Yeah, I can't wait. See, I always see Clay and Rachel at SHOT, but they're always just all business, man. They're just churning and burning, doing their interviews. I try not to fanboy out. Next time I see him, I'm going to run up and ask for his autograph. That's going to be great. Yeah, exactly. Just stay away from SHOT. It's so much cheaper. Plus, Clay, you're doing that. Clay does a lot of extracurricular activities at night. I mean, I've never been invited, but hopefully they'll do like a Make-A-Wish. Maybe Clayco will have a Make-A-Wish day. He can invite me. I'll wear a helmet so I can come hang out with the cool I can hang out with the cool kids. SHOT Show is like a vacation. We have a freaking blast. We party. We meet people. Yeah, it's just a good time. It really is a good time. Fluffy says he direct threads his bolt gun and quick release muzzle device on my ARs. I don't know, man. I think I'm just going to direct thread it. Like, I only have one bolt action gun that I shoot religiously. But now that my kids are shooting with me all the time, I mean, my kids shoot with me all the time. They both have their jacked up 22s. But when they go with me and I shoot my 308, I mean, my daughter, she runs. It's so loud. It's so annoying to shoot. So I'm just going to go ahead and once I thread it on, I'm just going to leave it on. I have a real long bag for my rifle, so I'll just keep it on. I'm not worried about taking it off. Smash, are you invited to the after parties at SHOT Show? Yes, I do go. I do get invited, but I don't go. For me, unless Clay was going to invite me somewhere, I'm not going. For me, SHOT Show is a business trip. I have a lot of fun, but I go back to the hotel and I edit videos at night. I don't know. There's a couple really good Korean barbecue places I like to go to in Vegas. There's a couple of nice steakhouses I like to hit up if I'm there. And I don't know. I've been to Vegas a million times. I remember I lived in LA my whole life. And so on the weekends, we drive to Vegas and are you going to buy the new rifle that the Army came out with? The Sig Sauer rifle. Is that the Sig Cross or the Sig Spear? What is it called? The Cleaver is the dinner spot. Cleaver is very good. I've heard. I've never been there. Never got invited. Hint, hint, hint. What about NRA show? I like the NRA show. Me and Dan, the firearm guy, team up at NRA show. That dude is a riot, man. If you guys don't watch Dan, the firearm guy, you're living under a rock. He is probably one of the coolest dudes out. So we always team up when we go. We always stay at the same hotel, and sometimes he'll rent a car or we'll just Uber back and forth. And then we go to the show, and here's how me and Dan do the NRA show. We get there, we just split up, and then we meet right back at the end of the show, and we go back to the hotel. That's it. We don't see each other the whole day. I don't want to cramp his style. Dan knows everybody, and I don't want to look like what do they call those guys that just a clout chaser? I don't want to look like a clout chaser. So I even though I know that say I'm talking to XYZ company and I know they know Dan and love him, like I won't drop his name just because that just seems desperate to me. Fluffy says, I have two different 30 cal cans. Man, the one I got is a YHM R5, R4, R5, R6. One of the R's. I don't know. I was at ESAD Arms doing a video, and I wasn't going to buy any suppressors. And then ESAD was like, hey, man, just do half now and pay half later. And then, here, this one's actually on sale right now. And this one's on sale right now. And this one's on sale. So I got 3. Wife was not happy, man. Just add it to the list. Add it to the list. Yeah, the Sig Spear 6.8. Man, I've never shot it. It looks cool. I would love to try it. Joe Smash, I need you to look at the Nemo Arms Mongoose and the Sholo Blackjack. Let me take a picture of this real quick. All right, man. Or you could just come with me to SHOT Show, Joe. Just come with me. It's a good time. Am I interested in it? Oh, yeah. I'm always interested in shooting a new gun. Any excuse I get. Like, there's an event called... was it TriggerCon, right? And TriggerCon has a range day that's probably the best range day I've ever been to. It's really well set up, but Barrett is all the way at the end of the 3rd section. And so I've gone to TriggerCon twice, and I've done this both times because I don't really care about shooting ARs and all that stuff. I mean, it's fun, but that can wait. So the last year, I hot-footed it. I literally jogged all the way down to Barrett. Yes, I can jog. I jogged all the way down to Barrett, and I got to shoot the 50 cal about 5 times. 338 Lapua they had out there. I shot about 4 or 5 times, and the guy's like, "Are you done?" And I looked around. And people were just starting to get down there. I go, "John, ain't no one else out here, buddy. Just me." So I got to shoot a ton of that, and I did the same thing this year, and it was the best. So if you ever go to TriggerCon, skip all the bullshit and just run straight down to Barrett, because that's a lot of fun. You could shoot as much as you want. Do you like the SIG 365X macro? I love it. That's a fantastic gun. I bought it for my wife, and she said, I don't like it. So I actually sold it, but I thought it was a great gun. Fluffy says, I want to get the Lazarus 6 for the 5.56 and the short chop for my 8.6 blackout. Jordan says, do you like the Glock 19? No. Jordan, I don't know if you're a Glock person. I'm just not a Glock person. I don't know. I don't know. Glock's just not for me. I don't know. I have a Glock. I have a Glock 19. But I just don't really like them. Boss Hog says, I have a cigar vault from Liberty Suppressor, and it looks like a real suppressor. Won it on Hank's show. Oh, man, that is pretty cool. I've seen those. They had those at TriggerCon. Very cool. But the steak at Carmine's and Caesars is amazing. Last SHOT Show, a friend of mine got me some comp rooms for 5 nights. And I'm like, hey, let me take you out. Let me take you and your boyfriend out for as a thank you. So we went to the Caesars buffet, and they're like super gold members. And we walked straight through. We didn't wait in line because the line is like an hour and a half. And the buffet was like $140 a person. It was crazy expensive, but man, it was absolutely bananas. It was so good. The Caesars buffet is mind-blowingly good. Scott says, I'd like to get the 6 Flux Raider. I want to shoot that, man. That looks like a really cool gun to shoot. I've watched a few videos on it. I think Dan, the Firearm guy, got one, and it looks really cool. Super Geo Killer, next time you're in Dallas area, let me know. Let you shoot a bullpup 45 ACP pistol. Let's go. I will be in Dallas in the first week of March. I'll be in Dallas for a couple days. Let's hang out. I'll hit you up on IG, Super. ASR for QD mounts is the best all around and most inexpensive. See, that's the key. Inexpensive, man. That's what I want. Jordan says, what's my favorite pistol? My favorite pistol? If I were to go to a range right now and just take one gun to shoot and just enjoy by myself, I would take my Atlas Titan. Just because I shoot it so good. Well, it's easy to shoot well. And it's just a really easy, fun gun, worry-free gun to shoot. My Atlas Titan, hands down. Carolina EDC, ¿qué pasó? Hola, people. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, man. Chris from the 740. All right, so, we've been on almost an hour, and everyone's still in the chat. You have 46 in here. And look, I just wanted to come on now because, I have a lot of guns back here. And you notice something? There's no sights. And I was looking in the safe, and I have 4 or 5 rifles with sights sitting either on the shelf next to them or in a box. So basically, this is fucking worthless right now. It's a paperweight. So I'm imploring, take an inventory. It's 2025. Take an inventory of everything you have in your safe. And if it doesn't have a sight, or, the battery might be iffy and it's been a couple years since you changed it, or the iron sights are loose, or if you have any guns that aren't battle ready right now, you don't know how this year is going to turn out. But what would you rather have? A gun that's ready to go at 100 yards where you could, hit a 5-inch group at 100 yards, or something where you could kind of aim in that direction and maybe hit it? So please take a minute, do an inventory, go into your safe, look around. I'm sure you have a ton of guns. cool guns, but are they ready? Check the batteries. Are your batteries up to snuff? Just this week, both Mike and myself, Mad Mike and me, we went to the range. We pulled out pistols. Both the red dots were just dead because it's been 3 years and they last about 3 years. So, do you need to change your red dot battery? So just I implore you, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, go through your safe, just check things out, man. If your scope is loose, tighten it up and go re-zero it. And that's it. I just wanted to come on, wish everyone a happy, merry 2025, and just be ready. With all the craziness going on, we had some craziness in Louisiana. We had some in Vegas. Who knows? Who knows if it could be at your doorstep the next day? But yeah, that's what I'm doing this Saturday. I have 4 rifles and 2 pistols. I'm taking down. I'm just gonna make sure everything is zeroed in. I mean, goddamn, guys, take this minute. Just do an inventory. You don't want to grab that pistol. And literally, I had this happen about 2 years ago. I grabbed a pistol and the red dot literally fell off because I forgot to tighten it down the week before. So I heard a noise, grabbed my bedside pistol, and the red dot fell off. God, I can't believe I just admitted that on the internet. That's going to haunt me forever. But things happen, you know? So just double check everything, triple check everything. Remember, 2 is 1, 1 is none, and all that good stuff. I will see you guys this week. Next week. We have a guest coming on next week. It's going to be very cool. And then we'll get Chris from the 740 to pop on. And maybe we get Andrew Conrad, see if anybody else. Maybe Clayco will come back and do a guest appearance. Who knows? Who knows? And then it's SHOT Show. Carolina EDC, maybe he'll pop in. We'll do like a celebrity. It'd be pretty cool. All right, kids. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check your stuff, folks. Have a wonderful rest of your January, and I'll see you next week with a very cool guest. It's going to be on, what is today? Today's the 2nd. It's going to be, you know what? Let's do Tuesday the 7th. So in just a few short days, Tuesday the 7th, we're going to have a very cool guest on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Till next time, guys.